Okay, now it's working properly. All right, we had like a weird issue where my phone was like, you can't turn your phone on the side. Okay, good. So, hi my loves, we are on to day 5 of the 30 days of lives. And today I haven't really planned anything on what to say to you. So what I'm actually going to do is answer a couple of questions that have come through from people to me, just about money mindset and a couple of business questions. So without further ado, I'll just get straight into it. Let's keep them short and sweet. All right, so the first question is, where do I start with manifesting money, with changing my mindset around money? It all seems very overwhelming, but I'm eager to manifest the life of my dreams. Great, that is fantastic. When you're excited about manifesting the life of your dreams, we're off to a great start. So, of course, when you're new or when you're just sort of dipping your toes into the world of law of attraction, money mindset, just change, like taking responsibility for your thoughts and choosing better thoughts, it can be very overwhelming. It can be like, oh my gosh, there is so much to do. There's so much out there. There's all these different techniques and tools. Which one should I use? Should I do meditation, or should I do scripting, or should I do visualization, or should I do the 5x5 method, or should I practice gratitude, or do forgiveness work, or do journaling? What the hell should I do? Or am I meant to do all of them? Well, first of all, no, you're not. You are not meant to do all of them. But what I recommend to you is figure out which one resonates with you the most, which one you like doing the most, which one makes you feel abundant. And the only way to figure that out is to try all of the techniques, right? Try all of the tools. So if you haven't done manifesting, if you haven't done visualization before, try visualization. I have a guided visualization in one of my podcast episodes. I'll link to it in the description of this email. Try it out. See if you like it. If you haven't done meditation before, I also have another guided meditation that you can listen to. Try that out. See if you like it. If it makes you feel abundant, if it makes you feel like your energy is elevating, then it works for you. That's a good thing. Like, that's what you want. If there's a technique or a tool that you use that you try that you don't feel it, like it might be visualizing, or it might be scripting, you just cannot do it no matter what, or anything to do with writing, maybe that's just not your thing and it doesn't make you feel abundant, don't do it. Okay, manifesting is not about doing as many manifesting tools as you can. It's about finding one, or if there's 2 or 3 or 4, but one that makes you feel those feelings of feeling abundant now, of feeling wealthy now, of feeling like you can start thinking about money as if it's coming in now, as if you have it now, as if you're holding it now, as if it's in your account now, as if the sales are coming in now, right? So whatever that is, if you're starting out, just try all the different things. Like, spend a day trying the different techniques and see which one you like most, which one gets you super elevated, and that's where you go. You don't have to do like all the crazy shit. You don't have to. It can be really simple for you. So hopefully that helps. The next question I have is, how do you get over the daily stuff to change your mindset and manifest the lifestyle and money you want to attain? How do you get over the daily stuff? By daily stuff, I am imagining you're talking about just day-to-day life. You know, like if you wake up and you gotta go to work, but you don't want to go to work because you don't like your job, or you got to deal with, I don't know, getting your family ready or something, or things that feel kind of mundane. How do you deal with that stuff? Well, I talked about this actually in a couple of videos before, but what I'll say is, I recommend you get yourself into a state before you even get out of bed. I feel like this phone is shaking because I'm moving so much. Let me just move here. Okay, I feel like the morning is the best time to set your intention for the day, to get into the space of how you want to feel your future reality now. Feel the feelings of what it feels like to be a successful businesswoman, to be a multimillionaire, to be someone who has money coming in all the time, every single day. You feel that in the morning when you wake up, right? And you amplify those feelings so much that you feel so abundant, so elevated, so good, that you then start going about your day. You then start moving in your day from that space of being in abundance, right? Not from getting up and then having your day affect you and then you're depleted from the things that are happening, right? Because every day you have the opportunity to set an intention to deliberately choose how you're going to feel each day. And I know it's harder than it sounds. I remember how I'd feel really good in the morning and then I'd go to work and there would be a problem and I'd be like straight back to feeling depleted and stressed out and overwhelmed. But that's the work, right? That's the work. You have to keep bringing back those feelings. And sure, there are going to be things that throw you off. There are going to be things that stress you out that you don't expect, that piss you off, right? Those things, it's life. That's going to happen. But as long as you practice bringing yourself back into those feelings after the thing has happened, what you're doing is you're training your mind to go a different path. Like you're actually altering your neural pathways in how you respond to things and how you react to things. And so you're actually in turn changing your destiny, right? So if you can get yourself back into feeling those feelings of abundance, of elevation, even after the shitty thing has happened, even after the day-to-day stuff has kind of drained you and you're like, oh my God, I need alcohol or whatever, right? You just gotta keep practicing bringing yourself back into those feelings. And then over time you'll find it becomes so much easier. And then you're living in that state more than you're living in your old patterns, right? Your old depleted, day-to-day, mundane, stressful, crappy, unhappy kind of stuff, right? Okay, hopefully that helps. All right, next question. How to stop worrying about the how, or how to stay in the abundant mindset when you're legit broke. Yeah, I get that. So when you worry about the how, that means that you are not trusting about all the different ways that your desire can come to you, right? You're thinking from a limited mindset. You're thinking only from the experience you know. Because usually when you're thinking about the how, you're thinking, how on earth can that happen? I do not see a logical way for that to come into my life when I've never made a sale before, when I've never had daily sales, when money hasn't been coming in at all. And yeah, so you're looking at it from a limited mindset, from a place you haven't perceived yet, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It doesn't mean it can't happen. Look at me. Like, I remember wanting this life so bad, wanting to have a successful business, wanting to be able to wake up in the morning when I want to, you know, and not have to go and work for someone and not have to go to a job that I hated. I remember wanting that. And I remember thinking, how the hell do people do this? How do they make sales every single day? Like, how is that possible? It doesn't seem logical. Like, it doesn't seem fathomable. I just don't see how I could keep having consistent sales every day. I don't see that happening. I don't know how that happens. How does that happen? Like, do you have to do ads all the time? And so obviously I couldn't perceive from that path because I haven't been down there yet. So I couldn't understand the how. Excuse me. I couldn't see the how because I didn't truly trust, because I didn't truly believe that it could come in a way, a totally different way, a totally magical way. I didn't believe that it could come any other way other than how I could logically process it. But thankfully I got out of the way, out of trying to figure out the how, and just moved into the place of believing that this could be possible. That if someone else, and more than someone else, like multiple people could do it, I knew I could do it too. It's inevitable, right? I'm not the only one on the planet who wouldn't be able to make money online. And so as I did this, I did my mindset work every day. I listened to different audios, podcasts, because I find that I'm moved the most, I'm affected most if I hear it, like if it's in my ears. So I would listen to podcasts, I would listen to audiobooks, I would listen to like trainings that I had, like maybe they might have been webinar trainings of like mindset teachers, money teachers, and I would just listen to it, go for walks, and I would just drown my mind in this stuff all the time, every day. And what it did, and it only took a couple of months, it completely changed my vibe and how I thought and what I believed was possible. And in turn, my income started changing, right? I started to make more and more frequent sales. They started to come in more frequently, and then it started becoming every day. And then it was becoming multiple times a day, like I was making more than one sale. And suddenly I'm at this point where I'm like, it would be a shock if I didn't make a sale, at least one sale in a day, right? So I couldn't fathom that at all. But now it seems completely easy to me. It's like, well, yeah, of course I'll make daily sales. Like I understand now. And I believed, even when I didn't believe, right? Like I knew that it was possible, but my belief wasn't 100% there yet. So I used the mindset training, I used the audios, I used the podcast to close the gap between me believing it and it happening. So to answer that question, how do you stop worrying about the how, is you have to train yourself to believe that it can manifest. And you have to do that by saturating your mind with content that keeps telling you it, right? Like when I, oh god, this is gonna sound awful. But when I was like right at the end of my relationship, I was like seeing all these quotes of like, I didn't come this far to only get this far, and do the brave thing, you know, like go and live your dreams. And I was like seeing all this content that essentially was preparing me, amping me up to leave my relationship because I was scared, right? And so all this information I was taking in and I was absorbing it and I was using it to prepare for the end, essentially. And that's the same thing. You need to use content, you need to use information, you need to soak your mind with it, so you essentially brainwash yourself into doing it, into making it happen. So that's what I recommend, to get out of the how, because the how is not our responsibility. It's belief, it's our vibration, that's our responsibility. If we can live in that vibration of, it's already here now, I'm already a multimillionaire now, feeling it now. Everything out there in the ether is moving rapidly to bring that reality to us. Okay, so next question. What should I do when I want to give up? I find all this money mindset work amazing, but incredibly difficult. Any habit, any new thing you want to create is difficult. You know, Serena Williams didn't do a couple of practice rounds, was like, actually this is a bit hard. She worked her ass off for it. And with anything that you want to master, you gotta work your ass off for it. And I don't mean put in all this masculine energy, but you have to discipline yourself. You have to train yourself to believe that you can do this. Unless you really don't want it, unless you really would rather stay in your situation, then yeah, give up, because what's the point of continuing trying to do this work if you don't want to do it? So yeah, that's what I recommend. It's the work. This is life. If you want to change your situation, you got to do different things. Okay? Hope that helps. Okay, another question. How do I keep my sales coming in for my business consistently daily? Well, I kind of talked about that just before in the other answer, but if we're talking from a straight business sense, it's to set up systems in your business that enable you to be able to make money without constantly having to push and promote yourself. So that might be creating a tripwire page, creating a sales funnel, doing ads, selling on Pinterest, different systems. That's really going to help you. Stop thinking about it as just on one-to-one. Utilize different systems, leverage them, automate them, and you're good. Okay, another question. How to deal with a husband who is negative about money. We are the literal opposites. Okay, so this is an interesting question. A lot of people have this in relationships, like they're like almost the polar opposite when it comes to money. One tends to like to spend and the other tends to like to hold on to it. All I know for sure is that how your partner looks at money is not your responsibility. How you look at money, how you work with money is your responsibility. So as long as you're cleaning up your side of the street, as long as you're focusing on doing your thing and improving your mindset and changing your money reality by doing the work, right? As long as you're doing that, what I found that most couples experience is that, one, the partner usually gets on board with the other one because they see like the effect it's having and the change it's making, and they usually get on board. Number two, the partner stays the same, but you are so concrete in how you work with money and what you believe about it that it doesn't affect you. Like their vibe doesn't affect you. You're kind of like not affected by each other. Or three, you vibrate out of each other's lives, right? And it's like rare that happens, but it does happen. But no matter what, you're responsible for yourself. So don't use your partner as a reason why you aren't getting where you want to go when it comes to your money, right? Just focus on your side of the street and your responsibility to yourself to transforming your money mindset. Cool. Okay, how are we going for time? I don't even know. Let me check here. I'll answer another question while I'm waiting. How do I keep the mindset going? Do I keep going and then take a break, or ride the sucker out till the well dries up? I don't really understand that. You keep doing the mindset work. It never stops. Ever. It becomes easier and becomes a habit, but then as you get to those different places, like as you get to those new levels, you want to go higher. And so that requires more transformation, more healing work, more focus, more visualization, more feeling the feelings of what you want, you know, as you elevate. So, I mean, you can take a break, but when it becomes a part of your life, like it's a part of your identity, it doesn't feel like work, you know? So, yeah, hopefully that helps. Let's see. Should I answer these? How are we doing for time? We are at... Oh, we're at 17 minutes. Okay, I'll answer one more question and then we will finish up. Okay, how to get out of the feast or famine cycle. This is gold because this is my devil. So feast or famine is basically when you're stuck in survival mode and you get money and then it's gone just as fast. You feel like you get paid your paycheck, but the money's already gone on bills and expenses or whatever, right? Or you manifest the money like out of nowhere, but then a bill automatically arrives. It's like this feast or famine cycle. Or you get your money and then you spend it all and then you don't know why you don't have any money. Like it's just gone. Oh, I know this so well. Feast or famine goes back to childhood, right? It goes back to the core money block that you have, the belief around money that you have that makes you feel like it's not safe to have money, that you need to get rid of it, that you might not be worthy of it, that it makes you look bad having money. Just like all these different beliefs that make you feel like you shouldn't have it. You're not responsible enough to have it. So therefore, you manifest bills, you have bills, you live above your means, you spend it, you get rid of it, essentially, right? So it goes back to the healing work, doing the forgiveness work. I forgive you, I love you, I'm sorry, thank you. Ho'oponopono is the Hawaiian practice of forgiveness. We have the same practice here in New Zealand, the Maori culture, we're all the same. We're Polynesian. We have a different name for it, but it's the same thing. Forgiveness. I forgive you. I love you. I'm sorry. Thank you. Create your lists of everything you can't forgive, of everything you're holding a grudge against, of everything you feel shame about yourself and about others, of everything that happened to you, to do with money, even to do with people who wronged you, and go through your forgiveness list, right? And then, of course, I recommend journaling, writing out what you fear, like, what does this mean? What are you making this mean? What are you afraid of? Why do you keep doing this? Then ask yourself, is it essentially true? Are you not worthy of this money? Are you irresponsible? What else is there? Are you incapable of keeping money? Are you a shopaholic? You know, is it ultimately true? No, it's not. Okay, why? Then you write yourself out of it, and then you start telling a new empowering story about it. Actually, I am responsible with money because I pay my bills on time, or just on time, or just after being on time. I make it a little bit hard for myself, but I still get it done. I buy really great gifts for friends. I care about people in that sense. I like to take care of people. I like to put others first, you know, like slowly talking yourself into a new, more empowering story. I believe that I can change this around. I believe that it can be different for me. I believe that it is possible for me to break this feast or famine cycle. I believe that it's possible for me to have the money that I desire come in and stay. I believe that it's possible that I can have a completely different reality than I have right now. I believe it's possible. Even though I can't see it, I believe it's possible. And then move up the ladder, you know? It's like, I've seen it done over and over and over again, that people have completely transformed their money situations. People have gone from extreme poverty to being wealthy, like living in complete abundance, complete overflow. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen multiple times, that it's not a fluke, it's not a coincidence. So therefore, I know that it is possible for me too. I know that I can move through this. I know that it's possible. I know that I can get caught up in being in the pattern, but I know that I am not alone. I know that it's going to be okay. I know that I'm supported. I know that any time that I want, I can truly just go into my heart and believe that I am 100% supported by the universe, and that the universe wouldn't want me to suffer so much. I know that I could change this pattern at any moment, and that it could be my reality, because it in fact is my birthright. I don't need any other reason other than the fact that I want to have a good, happy, healthy, wealthy life, other than the fact that I want it. I don't need a reason to deserve it. I know what I do is good. I'm a good person. I'm here. I give with the highest of service to my, if you have a business, to my clients, to my customers. I'm here. I'm doing good. I'm not a bad person. I deserve this just because of the fact that I deserve it, because I want to. I want it. That's it. And so you talk yourself into this new story, and you essentially are altering how you feel. You're taking yourself from feeling extreme lack, from feeling shame, from feeling bad about yourself, bad about your choices, judging yourself, and moving yourself up the scale to feeling first neutral, then to feeling a little bit better, then to elevating yourself so that you're already back in the future reality that you want to be living, but you're in it right now. That's how you move through feast or famine every time. Every time the feast or famine feeling comes up, every time the scarcity comes up, that's the opportunity for you to shift. That's it. Not when it's easy. Not when it's easy to think about money. Not when it's easy to visualize. But when the fear is right there in your freaking face and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills this month. That's the opportunity for you to shift. Okay? So, that is all for us today. I have gone way over time, but hey, it's all right. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I'm sorry, I got to do it earlier. If you got any benefit or any good juju out of this, I would love it if you could share it with your friends. And also, if you have any feedback or any comments about the content or anything you'd like to add also to the content, please share below. And other than that, I will see you tomorrow. Bye!